Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready. Prepare for blast off.
Your fortress of solitude.
Greetings, program.
Glad you're alive.
Your sanctum sanctorum.
Resistance is futile.
Welcome.
This is the first triumph. This is where the fun begins.
Proof positive that geeks have inherited the earth.
It's showtime.
It's time to get your geek on
You complete me.
with Dave Gramillion.
All right. Welcome to one of the most listened to talk radio shows for geeks in the USA. I'm Dave Gramillion, voted the best radio personality in San Antonio by San Antonio Magazine, and this is Get Your Geek On. We are on a never-ending quest to awaken your inner geek by talking about all the products, events, news, opinion, reviews, and oh so much more that demonstrate that geek is now the mainstream. Today on Season 3, Episode 39 on Freedom 1160 and Freedom1160.com, this may be the show with the most rants ever. Every now and then, I will go off on a bit of a rant when something really... I try not to get too emotionally invested, but yeah, no, this one there are a bunch of topics that just did not tickle me the right way, so we're going to talk about that. We have some Captain Marvel news. I have officially seen the movie. I actually caught it on Tuesday, and I wrote up my review Wednesday morning. So you can catch that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GYGO Radio. All of our reviews and all of our videos will be up there for you to check out. Don't worry, it's spoiler-free for the most part, but I give a gigantic, massive warning before I get to the actual spoiler part. So no worries there. Let's see. YouTube. YouTube is a lot of fun. There are cat videos, and there are people, falling off of skateboards, and people, in the snow, and it's a lot of fun. But when it comes to news, when it comes to the quality of the journalism, I'm going to use air quotes for journalism on YouTube, man, it has become an absolute cesspool. And we're going to talk about that as well, and why your kids probably should not be getting their news from certain spots that are out there. Also, March Madness. We are in the second round, and we need to figure out who is going to make it to the Sweet 16. We're going to be talking about all those results. We have more upsets, including ones that got me upset. So we'll talk about that.
Controversy ensues.
Definitely controversy. I think the judges were bribed at some point, and okay, the other two judges were bribed. Clearly, I didn't get the check, so that didn't. Okay, we'll talk about that as well. And Disney finally released the opening dates for Galaxy's Edge, the 14-acre expansion, largest expansion that they've had. That's good. That's good news. But man, did they blow a golden opportunity in the last week to 10 days. And I'm going to be talking about that as well, which is going to be yet another rant. So before we get to all the news that's fit to print, let's go ahead and introduce my motley crew here in studio with me, the comfy confines of the Freedom 1160 studio. If you look to my left, your right, across the radio dial, you will see, well, we can't call him Purple Rain anymore because he dyed his hair. It's now a different color, but still we can welcome in our gaming guru. He is Aaron Shapiro.
What's going on? Yeah, now I did blue and green now, thanks to Desiree. She actually helped me with my hair on that one.
It's kind of a sea green?
It's kind of like a sea green now on top.
Kinda?
It's kind of lightened up. So it's been about a week or so. So sometimes it does that. But yeah, got the blue on the bottom, so I'm happy. That's what matters to me.
Alrighty, very cool.
I want something different.
And if you look further to my left, your right, across the radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros. He is our sound prognosticator, and he is Goose.
Hello.
Hey, Goose, how you doing?
You said this was going to be ranterific. You didn't use those words.
Most rants ever.
Zack Snyder's on the show notes? I didn't see him.
No, Zack Snyder sadly is not on the show notes, nor is the Star Wars Holiday Special, nor is Michael Bay. But no, there's plenty to rant about. So,
okay.
So don't worry. We've got plenty of ammunition to fire here. Speaking of which, before we get to all the news, let me talk to you really quickly about an event that we have going on. We have agreed to a partnership with Alamo Drafthouse, and the partnership benefits the show in exactly 0 ways. I wanted to set something up for the people to come out and, well, yeah, but I'm trying to be nice and magnanimous here. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to have movie screenings. So Alamo Drafthouse said, great, once a month at the last Sunday of every month, so that'd be the 31st for March, you can have a screening. Any movie you like, provided, of course, they have the license and they have a copy and so on and so forth. So this month, we are going to be showing the Firefly movie, Serenity. Ah, yes. Which, by the way, next year will turn 15 years old. If Serenity movie were a child, it would be in high school today.
Well, if we're going to go that far, in May and June, we're going to have some 30th anniversaries.
Yes, we'll talk about that here in one quick second. If you go to, so this is the Alamo Drafthouse Park North location in San Antonio. There are no discounts or anything. I know we've gotten some questions about that. It's just a great time for us to come together and watch a good movie that you on the big screen. When was the last time we got to see Serenity on the big screen? I mean,
2005.
Come on. Yeah, exactly. So. So this is the time for us to come together and watch this. Alamo Drafthouse Park North. Go to their website, get your tickets. Here's why I say to get your tickets, because it's more than halfway sold out already.
He literally sold mine and David's ticket. He sold mine and Brian's ticket. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I need more
And made
people
a
in here.
tidy profit off of it too. Cork would have been proud.
Yeah, I said, oh, by the way, I can't go.
That ticket went sale quick.
Sold.
$10.
So we still have about 2 weeks, 3
Roughly,
weeks,
yeah.
3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to go until this screening happens, and we're already more than halfway sold out. So get your tickets. Alamo Drafthouse, Park North location. Get your tickets for March 31st. Coming up in April, the last Sunday of April. Since everybody's going to be watching Endgame, we wanted to throw out a nice little refresher. So we're going to do Infinity War. You can come back, watch Infinity War on the big screen before you go see Endgame. So there you go. Win-win for everybody. And then in June, we are going to be doing, is that Indy? No, May. I'm sorry. Yeah, in May, we're doing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's 20th and 30th? Is it really 30 years? Wow. The 30th anniversary. We're going to be screening Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And then in June,
I'm Batman.
yes, indeed. The Michael Keaton 1989 Batman, we'll do a screening for that as well. The tickets for those, by the way, are not on sale yet, obviously. So far it's just
Got
Serenity.
to get through the first one first.
Yep, we got to work out all the bugs and the kinks, and you got to listen to me do a little speech and thank everyone for coming out and that sort of thing. So get your tickets, Alamo Drafthouse, Park North location. All right. Also, you want to get your tickets to the Celebrity Fan Fest. They made a killer announcement last week. They're going to get Jeremy Renner to come down. Jeremy Renner, who's playing Hawkeye in the previous Avengers movie.
And Ronan.
And also playing / Ronan in the Endgame movie that's coming up. So the event goes on June 14th to the 16th at the Freeman Coliseum and that big expo, the hall that they have right next door. They're going to have a large number. In fact, I would dare say a plethora of cars that are available. Goose, do you know what a plethora is?
DSA.
They'll have a large number of cars, like Bumblebee will be there, Optimus Prime will be there, Kit will be there.
Barricade going to be there?
Barricade.
Or what- the one that-
Barricade's going to be there.
I think Barricade, yeah. So a large number of cars will be out there.
just
In
wanna
addition
see
to Jeremy Renner, Jason Momoa, Ty Sheridan, Dolph Lundgren, Amber Heard, Walter Koenig, Robert Picardo, and more. And they're not done making their announcements yet. So get your tickets for them at pmxevents.com.
The Punisher. That's all I heard.
18 van.
That'll
Batmobile.
be nice. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and slide on through to our first news segment here and our very first rant of the night, or afternoon rather, and that will be Marvel news.
This is that sequel to the smash hit with no equal. This one's for the true fans with Hulk hands and action figures. Flying, dying.
Alrighty. So I saw Captain Marvel on Tuesday. There was a VIP / press event. And I went in with as clear a mind as I can, because if you've been following any of this whatsoever, you know that there's been a lot of hype, and not necessarily the best kind of hype. There's been a lot of controversial hype, a lot of drama hype, because Brie Larson, as we all know by now, it's been well documented, Brie Larson hates white people. She hates men in particular. She wishes every man would die. She wants to personally punch every white male she can find. And I mean, this is documented fact. This is documented fact.
Did she say she wants to punch everybody?
No, I'm being a little funny. They're being a little sarcastic. So
I'm like, dang.
no,
Harsh.
that's definitely not a thing. So here's the thing. But there has been a lot of hype. She has said a few things that have been controversial. But the closer we got to the screening, the more intense the controversy became. This is a feminist movie. It's going to put guys down. It's going to fight the patriarchy. It's going to be all about girl power and so on and pay equity and paid family leave and birth control and all that fun stuff. That's what this movie's all going to be about. So I went in. I wanted to keep an open mind. I tried not to have any prejudging or anything. And man, now I'm upset because there was only one really feminist moment in there, and that was it.
Wait, what?
That's it. There was one moment in the entire movie that had a true hit you over the head with it feminist moment, and that's it. Other than that, it was a Marvel movie.
I mean, that's a good thing, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's tremendous.
Okay.
But I mean, come on, people. I was led to believe that by the time I walked out of the movie, I would have all sorts of white guilt. I would have to apologize. I'd like to have to stand outside the theater and apologize to every woman that came out just because I'm a guy.
We could drop you off on the east side.
You
if
should
wanna
do that anyway.
apologize.
but
Well,
that's a
yeah,
different issue.
Yeah.
Like the Ghostbusters movie. Remember the 2016 Ghostbusters movie was supposed to be the same thing. It's all about feminism, all about fighting the patriarchy and so on and so forth. Those feminism claims were blown way out of proportion. Way out of it's not a spoiler to tell you what happened. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But okay, so Brie Larson as Captain Marvel is in a fight scene and she's fighting some pretty bulky dudes. And the music that plays is Gwen Stefani's "I'm Just a Girl."
Okay.
You get it? She's fighting these big tough brute men, and it's "I'm just a girl."
Yeah.
It's like Marvel. I get it. That's very very funny. That's okay. Yeah, and then the song keeps going, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it now. That was it. Other than that, there was no feminism. There was no fight the patriarchy. There was none of that. So all that hype, all that pandemonium for nothing. Correct. I'm close.
It got
So-
the controversy, though.
I asked William Shatner about that because you told me about it earlier. I got a quote from William Shatner about
Good.
such a
I
thing.
wanted to get good old Bill's quote
when it
on
came
this.
to the music guy, why he chose that song.
Yeah.
This is what he had to say.
I think you did a little too much LDS.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that song matches perfectly.
It does.
And but did you see, just like the Shazam song right now on the new trailer that dropped? Eminem's "Say My Name."
Yep.
Yeah, my name is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
That fits, yeah.
My
That-
name is.
it fits. You're
Could have
right.
gone with Destiny's Child, Say My Name, but
Yeah, so I was like, wait, that was theirs. My name is. Eminem's gonna come slap me probably later. What'd you say? Smack.
Now, as far as the movie itself goes, it's an okay movie. It's not. I would not classify it as a great Marvel film. And there are some moments that will upset the hardcore fanboys out there, especially you comic nerds. You are going to get really upset at a few moments in there. But the most touching part of the movie might be the intro. I'm not going to spoil that for you, but I guarantee this is a stone cold lead pipe, take it to the bank lock. There will be some people that will cry in the intro to the movie. Not me.
Okay, so-
is that where Stan Lee shows up?
Oh wow!
Dang.
No, he shows up later in the film. His cameo is pretty funny. That's pretty good. But no, the intro. Yeah, I didn't cry. Not me. I mean, what happened was I poked myself in the eye with my straw from my Captain
Is that
Marvel.
where Coulson shows up?
But no, that's later too. No, I'm saying
Coulson's in it?
So I had my
wow.
I had my Captain Marvel collectible cup because I love women. I promise I love women, and so I wasn't crying. I accidentally poked myself in the eye with the straw, and that's what that was. I promise.
So, movie first. Where does it rank to you in all the Marvel films?
Okay, well, let's rank all 21 films.
Well, hold on.
Let's put it somewhere in the middle.
I think it's very well recognized that Thor: The Dark World is the low point of the
Either that or
MCU.
one of the Incredible Hulk. Well, MCU, yes, Thor: The Dark World was not a
Yeah.
good movie.
Incredible Hulk was better than
I
Thor:
would
The Dark World.
put Captain
Especially
Marvel
after
in the
stuff.
top 10,
Okay.
but maybe like around 8 or 7.
So like it barely makes the cut.
Yeah, it's in there. It's
Better or
it's in
worse
there.
than Winter Soldier?
Ooh, that's a tough call. I would say worse, but not by much.
Better or worse than Iron Man 2?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, better.
That's a good.
But then again, that's also kind of a subjective opinion. I didn't like Iron Man 2 or 3. So
Yeah, well, John Favreau fell out on 3, so I
yeah,
hated
that did not
Better
that-
or worse than Ant-Man?
3. Ooh.
Oh, well, they're two very different movies, though. So I don't know if I want to judge those. But all right, so then there's some more Brie Larson fake controversy. Let's just call it that right now. Hashtag fake news. So Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson are doing this tour together, and Samuel L. Jackson is all about being together. All right, I mean he's with her all the time, probably to add a little bit of cool factor to it, to add to it, but. So apparently Samuel L. Jackson brought his purple lightsaber from the Star Wars prequels. He brought it onto set one day, and Brie Larson got to like swing it around and hold it. And she thought it was really cool, and she said, "I want to be a Jedi." And if you can believe it, the internet exploded because people actually took her seriously. There were article after articles, video after video. We'll get into YouTube. I'm coming after you next, but it was embarrassing how people took her seriously. Oh, we can't have Brie Larson as a Jedi. Oh my God. Hey, CBB, the worst thing happened to Star Wars than Ryan Johnson. Oh my God.
I got nothing.
The fake controversy.
How do you
out there, I
follow that,
swear.
really?
I don't know that it's even possible. By the way, best radio personality right there. Oh, goodness. So finally, right before it came out, trolls came out and attacked the movie on RottenTomatoes.com. You used to do these reviews, user reviews on RottenTomatoes.com. And they slammed it because there are a bunch of trolls. Nope, the movie wasn't even out yet for anybody, except for those who went to the red carpet premiere, and already they were slamming the movie. So Rotten Tomatoes did what they should have done a long time ago, and they disabled the user reviews until the movie premieres. Until the movie, has an actual domestic premiere. I don't know why they did this before, because there were some DC movies that got slammed before they were released. I think The Last Jedi was slammed before it was released.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
That's trolls.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, Aaron, does
And
it,
Harley Quinn.
Aaron, does it make any sense whatsoever for people to have to review a movie that doesn't even come out?
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it this way too. There is one thing. Just like right now with Endgame, there are those screenings that the test screenings. Let's see how this works with a test audience. I'm sure they're supposed to sign NDAs, and I'm sure no one listened to it, and they're just gonna blab their mouth off. But then at the same time, like you said, there's controversy with the movement, with the feminist movement and all that, and I'm sure people are just gonna want to bash it because they're like, hey, I'm gonna bash it because I don't like Brie Larson, like you said. People are mad that the way she's outspoken. So
Right.
a lot of it is probably those two things, and I really believe that that's probably what they need to do. Is they did need to shut it down, and they should have shut it down a long time ago.
I agree, and I'm very, very surprised because comic book movies have become so polarized lately
Yeah, exactly.
that I was surprised that they did this before. IMDb is next.
Yeah.
The movie, it already has like 3,000 reviews, and they're all below 6. I think the average is like 5.8,
serious?
and the movie's
wow.
not even out yet. So it's only a matter of time before IMDb will lock it down as well.
I'm sure.
Speaking of which, all right, so spring break is here.
Is it?
Thank God spring break is here. The weather finally started to warm up. That last cold snap.
So
Wow.
that's why my kid was standing by herself outside school the other day. I was wondering why no one else was there.
Well, you know what you can do now
What's that?
is instead of standing outside, you can go over to Laser Legend.
I could.
Laser Legend up on the north side of San Antonio, sponsor of the show, is up off of Lookout Road, which is not quite to Rolling Oaks Mall and not quite to I-35 as well. They've got a spring break special going on right now. If you go there and you spend $20, you will get a $10 arcade credit plus 3 hours. That's 180 minutes of unlimited laser tag and unlimited miniature golf.
There you go.
I'm sorry, it's not like 3 hours of each for a total of 6 hours. It's a 3-hour window to play as much as you want. So you can enjoy their 4,000 square foot video arcade. You can enjoy their 2 escape rooms. You can enjoy the food, the drinks, the chicken wings, the pizza, the adult beverages as well, the whole 9 yards, including their party rooms. But right there, you're getting $10 back in arcade credit, and you're getting 3 hours of a lot of fun out there at their laser tag and their miniature golf. That is Laser Legend on the north side of San Antonio.
And of course, you can check out a little bit of it, I guess, on our Facebook page.
That's right. If you go to our Facebook page, which you just search for GYGO Radio and go into the video section, you'll find our wonderful little promotional video that we did for them as well. All right. So with that being said, in the time that we have left, I want to talk about the state of YouTube. And this is what really gets to me, because there were a lot of YouTubers that were really just going off on Captain Marvel before it had even come out. But it's not just that. These guys dominate news for geeks.
Right.
This is where you go for your news. You can go to comicbook.com. You can go to different websites, but people love their news on YouTube. And it's driving me crazy because it sucks. It is terrible. It is a cesspool, except for our YouTube channel. Get Your Geek On with Dave Gramillion now on YouTube. But they constantly use clickbait and they recycle old content. They just kind of change up a word or two in the headline. You know, they'll say that they have leaked footage, and they'll have all these exclusives of things that are fake that never happened. There are so many rumors from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi that never came true. For example, if you remember back before The Last Jedi came out, everybody wants to know who Snoke really was. And every single day it was a new character.
Oh, yeah.
There was a new video out on YouTube. They all had new characters. It was Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was Palpatine. It was Darth Plagueis. It was Darth Bane. It was, even after Rian Johnson came out and said, this is a totally original character, we've never done him before, they kept coming. Yeah. They just kept coming. Remember when Rey was everybody's granddaughter? Mm-hmm. She was Obi-Wan's granddaughter. She was Luke's granddaughter. She was Mara Jade's granddaughter. She was the reincarnation of Mara Jade. She was Anakin's granddaughter. She was Darth Plagueis' granddaughter. She was, oh my God.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, and like normally I stay away from him. They finally got me this morning, one of them. And it was the quote unquote the biggest Easter egg in Marvel. And I was like, what the heck is this? So it was a cinematic universe. I clicked on it because I was like, okay, I know it's going to be something terrible, but how bad is it going to be? It was no
virus,
no virus infection on that.
No, it's one of the bigger YouTube channels, like you said, like these big ones. This one was I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but the whole Easter egg. It was a 12-minute video, no joke.
I wouldn't want to give him credence anyway. Huh? I wouldn't want to give him credit.
Oh yeah, no. But it was a 12-minute video about the biggest Easter egg being Iron Man's left arm. The whole video,
that's it?
Yes, is that since the moment we saw him in in Iron Man 1, he's been talking about his left arm and how the gauntlet is going to be worn on that arm and that it's going to jack up his whole left arm, that he's probably going to lose it when he wears it. And they showed, they were talking about every scene that they see his left arm injured, his left arm this, his left arm that. I was like, oh my God, they're talking about his left arm. That's it.
So, but what drives me crazy though is that they make money off of this.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of this stuff is fake, but they're going to tell you that they have inside sources. There was one website that I recently banned from a group that I admin because they had a source tell us. And this was like the third article in a row that they posted where a source told us. They didn't even say if it was a studio source, if it was a writer, if it was a cast member, if it was the caterer. They didn't say. It's just a source. I'm going to assume they just made it up because that's as blind a source. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
It was the guy's dog talked to the cat who told the turtle who told the bird who told him.
And there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So now mainstream media only reports the big breaking news. So the YouTubers will get into the nitty gritty and the details. But here's the money I'm talking about here. Mike Zero is one of these guys that is just pond scum. That is just terrible. He's a parasite.
And who's Mike Zero, though? I haven't even heard of him.
Yeah, he's a Star Wars YouTuber who delights in this kind of nonsense. He has 156,000 subs and has earned over 200 grand from these videos. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Another one is Geeks and Gamers. Geeks and Gamers is also just terrible, just awful. 130,000 subs.
That's ridiculous. You know, and that's why their videos have to hit that 10-minute mark. So like that guy that I watched that was 12 minutes. If he doesn't hit 10 minutes, he doesn't get that monetization. Yep. So you're going to stretch out the smallest theory until they hit 10 minutes and 1 second because they'll get that money.
There's one that Mike Zero did, and it was the same video, but he's done it for like 4 years. He does it like 3 times a year for 4 years. And it's Luke Skywalker can pull down a Star Destroyer. It's going to happen in this movie. And it's like he uses the same cover art. He uses the same headline. He just like changed. It's like when you have to buy a new textbook from college because, you know, they changed the like one paragraph in the introduction Everything else is the same. It's the same story. It's terrible. It's irresponsible. It's unethical. And he has 156,000 subs.
Yeah, it's like changing sans serif font in their books. You're like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. But it's going to be the exact same nonsense, the same crap that goes on. So get your news from reputable sources. That's why we don't do clickbait ever. I swear to God, it'll never happen. We've actually not published stuff because of that. So, also want to check out our friends over at Heroes and Villains of Cosplay on Facebook. You want to cosplay with Havoc. We'll be right back here after the bottom of the hour news break on Freedom 1160 and freedom1160.com. All right, welcome back from the bottom half of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On Freedom 1160 and freedom1160.com. I am Dave Gramillion, and if you missed the first half of our show, we talked a bit about the Captain Marvel movie that's come out. We'll find out the box office accumulation and find out who lost their bet. Probably sometime tomorrow, everything will wrap up there. We talked a lot about that. We also talked about YouTube, which, a lot of your kids are on nowadays, and they love their cat videos, but they probably should not love the news that they're getting as well. So if you want to check out any of that, any of the news, any interviews, anything that we do whatsoever on air, then you want to listen to our award-winning podcast, Back-to-Back Champions now, 2017, 2018, named the best podcast in San Antonio by San Antonio Magazine. Alrighty, also, want to talk to you real quick about Level 99 Games. They are a sponsor, our new sponsor of the show now. They started a game called Millennium Blades Collusion. It's actually an expansion to Millennium Blades, and people love this game so much. It's been described to me as like a combination card and board game, but like in real time. And so people love this so much that they started a Kickstarter. They started a Kickstarter, and it was funded in 2 hours.
Wow. Wait, so there was only like I bet you it was like 5,000. That was it, right?
$75,000. They funded $75,000 in 2 hours.
They currently stand at where?
Yeah. So it actually, by the time it closed out, 4,300 people chipped in, and they got to almost $375,000.
Wow. And they only wanted how
They only
much?
want 75.
Dang.
They only want 75. People love this game.
Guys, I just want 1,000. Can you all make it like 300,000?
We wouldn't mind a little.
So there's going to be a Kickstarter.com/fungoose.
Yeah, no kidding. But if you want to try the game, if you want to try it, they have various seasons that are open. And you want to try season 1 for a new game that's coming out called Exceed. And this is one that we played while we were at PAX South. We played season 3, which is the Street Fighter themed one. But you can play season 1. You can play that demo on their website, which is level99games.com. So you can try it and see if you like it. I mean, how often does that happen with board games?
Exactly. You wasting no money.
Exactly never.
Exactly never. So head over to level99games.com right now, try out the demo, and then go get their board games.
And then get the season 3 Street Fighter one so we can all play.
Absolutely.
Make sure you get the game mat for it.
Oh, yes. The game mat's beautiful. One of my favorites.
It was gorgeous.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so happy.
The wide variety of games out there. It's a lot of fun. So go ahead and check them out. And now we're going to spin right around here, and we're going to check out March Madness. Alrighty, so we set off to kick out our 3rd annual Geeky March Madness tournament. It's the exact same as the college basketball tournament. It's winner take all, one loss and you're done. Only instead of Kentucky versus Duke or Texas versus Kansas, you have Thor versus Kirby. Or you'll have Dante versus Link, or Luke Skywalker versus Captain America, something along those lines. So we took 64 characters. We're already past the first round, which is good because that's the hardest round for us to judge. We're now on to the second round and going to find out who moves on to the Sweet 16. But this is not your typical tournament because, I mean, we have to judge this, right? I mean, there's no way we can set up like a simulation or a death battle or something like that. We're just not, we don't have that kind of technology.
Wait. Death battle? You mean Mortal Kombat?
No, instead, what we did is we judged them, the 3 of us here, judged them on 5 categories: strength, intellect, durability, the popular vote, which is done through polls at facebook.com/GYGO radio, and a random roll of the D20, which has led to some upsets, but that's March Madness. You're going to get a 3 seed that loses to a 14. Last year we had a 1 that lost to a 16. It's madness. It's what it is. So
Get your brackets out, everybody.
let's go through our brackets. So
So what do we got?
first up, Dante from Devil May Cry.
Which new game coming out? I don't think it hit yet. No, it has hit. I
Yeah,
believe.
Devil May Cry 5.
It did
Hey,
hit
yeah.
already.
So we
there you
have
go.
Dante versus Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
And Donkey Kong pulled off the big upset. He beat Luke Skywalker in the first round. So that was huge, but he's not getting past Dante. And again, it came down to the D20 roll. If the D20 roll had gone for Donkey Kong, Kong would have won.
Dante.
It was that
wins.
close.
I mean, Dante does have guns. That kind of
That helps. That helps a little bit. So,
I'll just keep away from Donkey Kong.
up next, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, voiced
Jesus.
by James Arnold Taylor.
Star Wars Jesus.
Jesus.
Alumni of our show. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Kirby. So we have Kenobi Kirby. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Kenobi, Kirby, Kenobi, Kirby, Kenobi, Kirby.
Oh, very nice. Very good. And,
Got to think about it though.
and Kirby wins this one 3-2. But it was close. Kenobi had the popular vote, but Kirby had the D20. So Kirby will move on into the Sweet 16, which brings us to Nova, which, let's face
Richard
it, not a
Rider.
lot of people know who Nova is.
I know. I'm so sad.
But
I love Richard Rider.
Nova was also up against Thanos. Yeah, Thanos wins. Thanos doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, but still, it's Thanos. So, you know,
Nova Prime.
Thanos wins that one 3-2.
Nova Prime.
Superman versus Aquaman was next up, and yeah, nothing was close on this one. We were all in agreement on every factor. The D20 roll wasn't even close. It was 15-4. Superman wins, just going away. It wasn't like, none of that was close. So he has $1 billion movie at the box office, but he's not in the Sweet 16.
Dang.
Up next, Martian Manhunter, also known as Jean Jones. I like to throw in the extra zh in there. It sounds cool. Versus Apocalypse from the X-Men series. And Apocalypse. Yeah. 4-1. Apocalypse wins this one going away. The only thing Martian Manhunter won was the D20 roll. That was it. Other than that,
dang.
Apocalypse all the way. So, Silver Surfer versus Spider-Man.
I hate you guys for this one.
Spider-Man-
I hate both of y'all for this one.
Spider-Man pulled off the upset in the last round as well. But yeah, no, it's Silver Surfer. So the Spider-Man, by the way, so far in the tournament, I have rolled a D20 with a witness. Thank you. A random D20 roll for now like 40 tries. Spider-Man's the only one to get a 1.
Oh God.
He rolled
It's the
a
Parker luck.
He rolled a 1. Silver Surfer got the
luck.
Or
10.
the Wayne luck.
Yeah. Oh, yikes. Up next, Arthas versus Mace Windu. And this one I had a problem with because I played World of Warcraft. And I know what Arthas is all about.
Does he have a purple lightsaber?
No.
That Brie Larson wanted to play with.
And he's also not Samuel L. Jackson either.
Nope.
So Mace Windu wins this, but it was close. We were split on all 3 categories, and Mace Windu won the D20 and the popular vote. So your vote matters. I'm
That's
just
what's
saying.
in your wallet.
Right?
Bum. What does Arthas look like? Well, now we know.
Well, we know what the insides look like.
Here's another one I had a problem with. Sephiroth versus Green Lantern. Sephiroth, I think he was a number 1 seed going up against Green Lantern. We were split on all 3 of these as well. The D20 roll was Sephiroth 14-12.
Mm-hmm.
That was close. The popular vote was close, but Green Lantern wins.
I mean, he's
Hal
the
Jordan.
Lantern.
Hal Jordan move on to the Sweet 16.
I love it.
You're the gaming
I
guru.
liked it though.
Aren't you supposed to be speaking up for these guys?
I'm like but my guys are okay. My guys are all kind of okay right
You
now.
voted Green Lantern in all the categories.
Because, I mean, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to remember, the few DC characters I love them to death. I will side with them every
Okay.
time.
All right. So, we'll see when they get matched up against different people, because up next we do have a DC character in Darkseid, but that's up against Darth Vader. And yeah, Darkseid wins. Not even close.
I really wanted Darth Vader to win if it helps.
the only thing Vader won was the popular vote.
Yeah.
And it is hard going against your emotions. You got to be really objective when you do this. But yeah, Vader got crushed.
Yeah. Omega beams.
Yeah. Up next, Wonder Woman versus Yoda.
I almost went for Yoda on this one.
Actually, you were the only one in the intellect. You went for Wonder Woman over Yoda.
Yes, because here's my thought pattern to it. Wonder Woman is still technically a god, and meaning she's going to outlive Yoda no matter what, meaning she'll have wisdom and intelligence from that.
Well, she may outlive him, but she's not going to the Sweet 16.
900 years old I am.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. My bad. Wonder Woman is going on. That's what I meant. Wonder Woman is going on to the Sweet 16.
There you go.
So Wonder Woman defeats Yoda 3-2 as well. Samus Aran versus Kerrigan. Had a problem with this one.
I forgot who I sided with on this one.
You sided in.
Oh, Samus.
You sided with Samus.
Yeah.
And
See, I went with my gamer.
So against another gamer.
Yeah. I had no choice.
So
Game versus game.
So Samus Aran defeats Kerrigan 3-2 on that one as well. This one, popular vote was kind of close, but Samus came out on top. Thor versus Black Bolt.
This was tough for me.
It was tough for me too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research on this one, comparing the two characters together. The final score was Thor wins 4-1, but it was really close, except the popular vote.
Popular
vote was 91-9.
Cool.
91% to 9.
So they watched the Inhumans TV show.
Right?
But the D20 roll was 15-14.
Oh, wow.
So it was really close. Hulk versus Magneto. Finding out who moves on to the Sweet 16 here, and Hulk moves on 4-1.
Hulk is the strongest.
4-1.
Smash Magneto.
Here's a little
You came back?
here's a little controversial one. Evil Ryu versus Sentry. And Sentry loses.
Yes.
But the popular vote was 50.8 to 49.2.
Oh, wow.
That's the closest popular vote we've ever had.
Russian bots.
Yeah, it has to
back.
be. Hashtag fake votes. So up next, Power Girl versus Doomsday. And yeah, Doomsday wins this one. It was close. Yeah. It was relatively close. It was 3-2, but yeah, Doomsday does win this one. Going on to the Sweet 16. And then Darth Sidious versus General Grievous. Both Star Wars characters, only one can move on. And it's going to be Sidious. However, it was closer than you think.
How close was
just saying, Grievous won the D20. Had he won one other category, he would have moved on.
So he won the popular vote too?
He lost popular vote.
Okay, so he had to win two categories.
Well, yeah, that's true, I suppose. So it was pretty close. So there we go. There will be our Sweet 16 matchups. The polls are already up on the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/GYGO Radio. Cast your vote. Share it with your friends. Get them to vote because, as you can plainly tell, popular vote makes a huge difference. Alrighty, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk very briefly again about our friends over at Celebrity Fan Fest. Whoop. That's my bad. I jumped the gun on that one. I'm sorry. I looked further down the notes. I apologize. But still, let's go ahead and talk about Celebrity Fan Fest.
What are we talking about?
So on their website, pmxevents.com, that is where you can not only get your tickets, but keep an eye on it for deals and giveaways as well. In the first half of the show, we talked about the guests that will be coming down, but they recently had 50% off their autographs.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
They called it like a Dark Knight Black Friday special.
Yeah.
And once it was gone, it was gone. That was it. And that was for any autograph. That was Jason Momoa, half off. Amber Heard, half off. Jeremy Renner, half off.
Did y'all buy any?
No.
I was still broke, so I couldn't.
I'm going to be broke for a while.
Same.
But you can keep an eye on the website. So you want to bookmark their website, which is pmxevents.com. Keep an eye out for the next deal, the next flash sale, the next special, the next giveaway, and so on and so on. Keep an eye out because it will be coming back again.
Be broke because you gave them money.
Well, yeah, that too. All righty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll slide on over. We'll talk some Disney news.
Life is like a hurricane in duck.
Oh, you all want to sing along?
I'm trying to see if that was Brendan or not. But I don't think that's Brendan.
Okay.
Not
So
right.
look, we got good news. We got bad news.
Panic at Disco.
Panic at the Disco?
Well, he sings that song on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Jimmy Kimmel or one of those overnight night ones. I was trying to see if that was his voice. Anyway.
The redo on the new DuckTales series is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
I haven't seen the second season. The first season I liked, actually.
So we have some good Disney news and we have some bad Disney news. The first, let's get to the good stuff. Let's lead with the positive, as they say. Here's the good news. We finally know about Galaxy's Edge. It is the single largest expansion of a Disney theme park in the history of Disney.
To go along with the single biggest price hike in the history of Disney.
Well, that too. 14 acres at each park at both Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland. Well, Disneyland will be open May 31st. Walt Disney World will open up their expansion on August 29th.
Oh, wow.
So they're, which is good because it was rumored that the Disney World wouldn't open up till the fall. So yeah, technically it's the tail end of the summer, which in Texas lasts 9 months, but still August 29th, that's going to be a lot sooner than they thought it was going to be open. So it's going to be this massive theme park, very immersive. We've got videos up of the audio animatronics they're going to have, of the various food items that they're going to have. It's rumored that the Millennium Falcon ride will last almost 30 minutes. Wow. Yeah.
So you can considerably be in line for less time than it takes you to ride the ride?
Well, it's a question of if you can get past the line to get into the park.
It's called a Fast Pass.
Yeah, they're going to have a Fast Pass for the Fast Pass. You're going to have, I kid you not, this is what they should do. They're probably going to end up having a Fast Pass, and then when it comes your time, you go get the Fast Pass, and then when it becomes time for that, then you actually go ride the ride.
There's going to be a Fast Pass, a Faster Pass.
A Faster Pass. A light speed pass.
Fastest Pass.
A light speed pass. I like where that's going. That's going to be pretty cool. So that's great. The more I hear about this, the more fun it sounds, and it really sounds like they're doing it right, mostly to combat the Harry Potter theme park at Universal Studios, which I understand is also really cool. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. In my opinion, Disney blew a golden opportunity over the last week and a half. There was nothing going on. Alita Battle Angel was kind of dying off. Not that it was really a big bang.
It died
anyway.
off the Monday after the release date.
Pretty much.
I'm sad.
There wasn't a lot else going on at the time. Captain Marvel. Now, of course, the hype is huge because the movie's out. But at the time, you had a window of 7 to 10 days where nothing was going on. Now you've got Captain Marvel. We're going to be talking about Captain Marvel for at least 2-3 weeks. Then you've got Avengers Endgame around the corner. So the hype's going to start building for that. Where's our Star Wars trailer? Where is the title? Where is something? Where is anything? Disney dropped the ball big time. Any Star Wars episode 9 news would have instantly dominated social media and the interwebs for who knows how long, but it would have been trumped by Captain Marvel because they had the time to kind of let it phase itself out before the movie starts.
They probably wait until after all their Marvel stuff, though, so they don't try to fight themselves.
So they don't want to release even the title or the movie trailer until, Memorial Day?
No.
I would wait till
August.
August. Oh, that's right, because you've got Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah. Well, no, but technically Disney doesn't own the rights, so they may go up against that one and not care. Because remember, that's still Sony.
Well, it's in a partnership with Sony for now.
So I don't know about that.
Until Disney buys Sony.
But,
right, we're just going to buy you.
But still, even if you release it around Memorial Day, that's only 6 months.
So you think it'll be with the
until the movie
in-game?
starts? No, I think we're going to get something Star Wars Celebration. But I'm really upset that they didn't. I mean, it's, in my opinion, it's a huge oversight. You have this dead period. It's perfect for Star Wars. Just release the title, and you would have gotten a week of good press. And then Captain Marvel comes out, and you're good to go.
You would have gotten a week of troll press too.
Well, yeah, that too. But the memes and whatnot. But any publicity is good publicity until Captain Marvel rolls around. Disney dropped the ball on this one. So I reached out because I'm always reaching out, trying to get guests onto the show, celebrities, actors, directors, writers. Whoever wants to come onto the show, let's talk. And we've had some terrific guests in the past. And so I wanted to reach out to a certain somebody and get them onto the show to talk about episode 9. And I do this the right way. I go to the studio, I go to the agent, and I specifically mention I don't want a scoop. All I want is some good press to say, for the person to say, it was fun working on the movie, and I think the fans are going to love it.
Something simple.
really, really all I was looking for was just some good vibes. And I got told by Lucasfilm that no, there's an embargo. There's a gag order. No cast, no crew, nobody can talk about the movie at all.
Not even the lighting guy in the third scene.
How about the best boy?
Not the best boy, not the grip, not the key grip, not the caterer, nobody.
What about the guy who walks the guy's dog?
Nope.
Who knows the other guy?
No, the assistant to Mr. Such and Such. No.
And not even the assistant to the assistant of Mr. Such and Such.
Dang.
All right. Nobody is talking about this. Oh, except for John Boyega let slip a plot point in December. J.J. Abrams had a full-on interview just 2 weeks ago. Oscar Isaac also gave an interview on Tuesday.
By the way, never put John Boyega and Tom Holland in the same movie.
Yeah, no. Because the whole thing will be released by then.
Yeah.
So just
that'd be funny
on
text, though.
Tuesday, Oscar Isaac had an interview. So on the one hand, I'm being told, no, you can't have this one person come on the show to talk nice things about the movie without giving anything away. And at the same time,
We're going to talk about it.
now all of a sudden, the casting and crew are out there talking to, IGN and Cinema Blend, these websites.
By the way,
I
we've
guess
had that nice person on the air before.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And it was fine then. There were no problems then. And so I'm very irritated. First of all, if it was either a lie or somebody got their lines crossed. Because you can't say that the cast and crew are completely banned from talking to the press 2 days after somebody was talking to the press. You can't do that.
Yeah.
If you want to be an elitist snob and say, well, it's just this little radio show in San Antonio, who cares? That's fine. Just tell me that. Say that, they're reserved for major press outlets. I would get that. I would understand that. I think we would all be like, okay, cool. We're not there yet. I get that. But just don't feed me that, though. It really irritates me. It does. I mean, I try not to get on my high horse or anything, but here we are. You remember earlier in the show, we talked about clickbait sites and how, they're making 200 grand, they're making 150 grand off of lies, outright lies. Whereas we actually don't post some things because we want to wait until the sources are checked out. We want to do our research. We want to do our homework. We want to get the truth out there. And we're told, nope, sorry, you can't have this person on your show.
You're too nice, man. You're too reputable. The other places, they've already been, their reputations have been hurt. So it's okay.
You think maybe we ought to start some rumors?
Probably. Well, because
I know. Let's say that Jar Jar Binks was a Sith Lord.
I'll throw something at you.
I'm telling you.
So sorry about that.
IGN and all them, their reputation's been tainted. So now they're like, no one's gonna listen to this, really.
But actually, you know what? One of the biggest shows that I ever had was after back in the day when I was just a podcast, and I started the rumor saying in the show that this is all going to be about clickbait. But let's see how far we can take this, and this is totally fake. Joss Whedon will direct a Darth Revan trilogy, and people picked it up.
Are you serious?
Huge outlets with millions of readers picked it up and ran with it.
Oh my
there was
gosh.
one guy, I forget who, I think it was, it might have been Cinema Blend, who even said he listened to the whole show and he's like, this guy punked you so hard, and he says it in the show.
That's funny.
But so you're going to take the truthful media outlets, the ones that are upfront and honest, and you're just going to give them the shaft like this. I mean, it just really.
So the next time either a recording day or air date is April the 1st.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's not a bad idea.
That'd be awesome.
Not a bad idea. We could definitely push something out there. Sources have spoken to us. What we did was,
Rumor has it.
yeah, we went to the Oracle of Delphi, and the Oracle of Delphi talked to us, and now we know all about episode 9. There you go. We know all about it now. Oh my God.
We should make a video just for April 1st now.
I mean,
We really should.
I wonder what we could come up with. It'd have to have some credibility to it.
As long as we say our dog talked to us about it, I think we're good. Isn't that how they do it?
Well, actually, we can't get that specific. We have to say we
too
heard.
specific.
No, we can't name names. We can't name things. We have to say rumor has it.
we
or
heard.
from sources, from
Yeah.
anonymous sources.
That's it. No,
Yeah.
sources inside Lucasfilm. That's what you roll with. Sources
Yeah.
inside Lucasfilm have told us, or we
should each
heard
pick a company and do one.
something like that. What could we do that would be close? It's gonna be
We
some.
can't say it right here.
No.
Well, no, but I mean, we can kind of spitball.
I say we each pick a company and we each do one.
So am I off on this? Am I on a high horse? Is my nose in the air with all this Lucasfilm stuff? What do you think?
I mean, honestly, we don't know when the embargo technically took place, because what if that was like the last interview before they did do it? It's possible.
That would be some terrible timing.
It would be terrible timing. I mean, look at Jason. He was
Embargo
here.
happened on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at Momoa was here for Celebrity Fan Fest, and then he went radio silent right after that, which within a couple of days he was radio silent.
Well, then tell me that.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if they would have said, hey, David, as of this date, in this time, this is when they're going silent. Because then you can know, oh, well, that is Wednesday, so it came out Tuesday. Okay, well, that makes sense.
That would be nice.
They should have been more transparent. I agree with that.
Or the interview could have happened a while back and they just released it.
That's also true. But again, we have to speculate now because we don't get the full story. We never get the full story.
No.
So it just really
I just
irritates
wish sometimes
me.
companies would be more transparent and just be like, hey, this is what happens.
Yeah, but that actually requires them taking the time to treat you like a human being
Exactly.
and use some manners and common sense. That would be nice.
Once you get into that biz, you're done, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. It's only who they have time with. If you're not with USA Today, you're pond scum. That's just
Right.
all there is to it. Well, that'll wrap it up here for Goose, for Aaron, and for myself. I want to thank our sponsors, Celebrity Fan Fest, Dragon's Lair Alamo Ranch, Havoc, and Laser Legend, and Level 99 Games in the mailing spot. You've embraced your inner geek, so make sure to get your geek on every single day.